Hey, it's working. There we go. All right. First introduction. My name is Dan. I'm one of Alex's friends from college, and she's asked me to help prepare a video for her new nonprofit called Fly. First, love yourself. So, I guess I'm just going to jump right into a little bit about me. I thought I would help offer a boy's perspective on learning to love yourself a little bit. Um, Now, I don't think my story is probably as interesting or as, I guess, self-fulfilling as some others that I've heard yeah, some other people, but it's my own story, and it kind of defines who I am today. Um, so let's see, how do I want to begin? I think it's important for people to realize that guys suffer from body image issues just as much as women do. Um, Women are targeted a lot when it comes to looking a certain way, but I think the same can be said for men as well. Men are supposed to be, these big, muscular guys or whatever. Um, and I had a really tough time growing up with not fitting that image. Um, Not so much that I was ever worried that I didn't have muscle. I mean, I grew up and I was a really scrawny kid. I was, like 6 feet and 140 pounds soaking wet when I was in high school. But growing up, I had a lot of issues with acne, specifically body acne. Um, and, it's one of those things that I had a really tough time with growing up. Um, and it really went against the image of, what I thought girls or just other people in general liked seeing. When I was growing up a lot, I always wore t-shirts when I went swimming. Um, I've had acne since I was maybe 10, 11 years old. I got really self-conscious about it. And it was really tough because I never wanted to be in a situation where I needed to take my shirt off or show any sort of excess skin. I preferred to wear shirts that had collars on them because I had acne on the back of my neck. It was all over my face. Um, it just made me feel really self-conscious because I was not fitting the bill of, I guess, what people found attractive, which when I was back in high school was a little important to me. I wanted to make sure that I looked good. I started getting interested in my looks and everything. And, it was just such a driving factor in me not feeling very confident in myself. Having acne made me significantly less confident than I should have been. And it was a problem. And I know that it's a problem that a lot of other people go through. Um, and it's something that I still deal with today. I mean, even now, I'm in my early 20s and I still get it. Not so much on my face anymore, but still on my body sometimes. And I still get those urges where I don't want to be shirtless because I have acne on me. I have acne scars now. And sometimes it's a very uncomfortable feeling to be walking around with your shirt off and having these scars on your back and having these welts and stuff that other people don't. I would look at other people and I wouldn't always see any flaws about them because their skin was clear. I defined myself as someone who never had clear skin, and that always has followed me to a small extent, which it never should have. It became an issue for me, and it's something that made me a little bit depressed growing up. Um, But I think it's important for people to understand, and people who have scars or people who also suffer from having acne or stuff like that, is it doesn't need to define you. I had begun to chosen that I didn't want it to define me anymore, because I just felt awful, always thinking that people actually cared that I had acne. And when I would talk to people, they'd say that they didn't care at all. I think that's an important thing that people need to try and understand for themselves, is that you don't need to have the expectations of society determine whether or not you should be happy in your own skin. And to me, what self-love is being comfortable in the skin that you're given, being comfortable in the body that you have. I think there's a huge difference between being comfortable and always wanting to strive for something better. I go to the gym regularly now. I make sure that I watch what I eat. I want to make my body better. But there's a huge difference between wanting to make sure that I'm keeping my body pristine versus being uncomfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable with the way that I am now, but I want to make sure that I'm trying to improve myself. But it's not in a negative way. It's in a positive way. Instead of doing something because I don't want to look a certain way, I'm doing something because I would like to look another way, but I feel comfortable with it the way that I am now. And I think a lot of self-love needs to start with feeling confident with yourself, feeling confident the way that you look. It's important that you keep yourself happy before you try and focus on other people. You need to make sure that you feel happy in your own skin. You need to make sure that you feel happy mentally, physically, and emotionally. Whether that be from reading, from working out, trying to make sure that you're looking your best. It's important that you take the time to focus on what makes you happy. And going back to the acne thing for a quick second, if you are someone that does suffer from acne or body scars or anything that does make you feel uncomfortable, it's important that you learn that it doesn't need to define you and that it's something that you can overcome. I managed to overcome it. I'm sure that you can too. You just got to make sure that you're being as positive as you can with it. You got to make time for yourself. You got to make yourself feel happy. If you can start off by making yourself feel happy in your own skin, you're going to notice that your happiness just in general in your day-to-day mood is going to be so much better. I notice nowadays that I'm much happier than I was in high school, and a lot of that does stem from the fact that I feel more comfortable in my skin. I have some days where I would much rather not have my shirt come off, because I still do suffer from acne from time to time. I do suffer from breakouts. But if I am in an opportunity where I need to take my shirt off and I still have a breakout, I'm more okay with it now than I was when I was in high school. Because I care about myself more, and I love who I am as a person and how I look. I feel more comfortable with myself. So I just want to make this quick video, just offer the guy's perspective that guys do suffer from body image as well, that it's okay, it's perfectly normal. Everyone does go through it to a small extent, but we're all going to make it. We're all going to look awesome. All right. I love what Alex is doing with this nonprofit. Love yourself, love the people around you, and keep fly. I'll see you guys later.